Hi guys, welcome back. This video is going to be in English, so here we go. So today we're going to learn how do we fill Form 15G if we want to ensure that the company does not deduct TDS on the dividend that it is paying out. So let's move straight away to the form. Please pardon my dog, she can't help herself. So name of assessee or the declarant, that is your name, is going to be in bold letters as I always instruct. Please mention your PAN card number. The status is going to be individual. Why? Because you're not a firm. The previous year means financial year in financial parlance. So which financial year are we in? It started on 1st April 2024 and this is going to get over next year on 31st March. So 24-25 is the financial year. The residential status is resident. By the way, if you're an NRI, this video is not for you. You can turn it off and go back to enjoying your life. Now, from item 6 right down to 14, I don't really need to explain anything because it is self-explanatory. Write your address, your email ID and your mobile number here. And we straight away move to point number 15, which is one of the most important and one of the most confusing items on this form. And something that most YouTubers get it wrong on their respective channels. In fact, if you have been watching and following my earlier videos, you know this is one of the main reasons why I started this channel. So as you can see, there are two check boxes here. There's a yes check box and there's a no check box. Now, when do you tick mark on the yes check box and when do you tick mark on the no check box? So please pay attention. If in the last 6 years you have filed your income tax returns, you're going to place a check mark on the yes box and you're going to mention whatever was the last assessment year in which you were assessed in the B part. Now, if in the last 6 years you have not filed any income tax returns, then in that case you're going to check mark on the no check box, and this particular portion, as in the B part, can be left blank. You can write an NA or you can just put a dash and move on. Now also remember, filing your returns means that you've gone to the income tax portal, you have filled up ITR 1, 2, 3, 4, those forms, and then you've submitted it either yourself or through a CA or a friend or a tax consultant or an attorney, or irrespective of how the forms were submitted. If you have filed your income tax returns, you have to check mark the yes box and mention the assessment year, that was whatever was the last year that you were assessed in the B part, and move on. Now we go to the 16th part. This is also important, so please pay attention. So 16th point is estimated income for which this declaration is made. Now obviously this form is this particular form is being filled for what? To ensure that no TDS is deducted from the dividend income. So what is the income that we're going to mention 16? So this is going to be whatever is the dividend income that you're getting from the company. Now it is an important point to note that usually if your dividend payout is not more than 5,000 rupees, the companies as it is do not deduct TDS. All right. However, there are some companies who still deduct TDS at whatever prescribed rate, depending on whether your PAN details are available with them or not available, etc., etc. So there are instances when even when the dividend amount is less than 5,000, TDS does get deducted. But usually, in a normal course of things, if the dividend amount is less than 5,000 rupees, mostly companies do not deduct TDS. So that is one thing that you can rest easy. But again, it depends on from company to company. So it is important to check which company we are talking about. All right, so we move to the 17th part. Now here is the total income that you will be getting in this financial year. Now, please do not read this previous year as last year. So here we're talking about what is going to be your income in this particular financial year. So what you're going to earn starting from 1st April 2024 and going right up to 31st March 2025. Now, this particular amount, whatever you're going to earn in this financial year, plus you're going to add the dividend income that you are getting from column 16, and that will be your estimated total income for the financial year. Now also pay attention to the word estimated. Why it is estimated? Because the financial year is not over. None of us since we do not have the power to look into the future, have any way of knowing how much would be the accurate total income that we are going to earn in this year. And that is why income tax returns are filed after the financial year is over. So you only need to write an estimated total income amount. It is immaterial whether you're up, down, a few thousands here and there. All right. So please, you don't really have to worry about this part. As long as you give a ballpark figure which is in the range of how much you're earning in the financial year, you should be good to go. Now, how do you calculate total income? If there's any confusion related to that, like most of the people do, you can refer to my total income video. That's also, the link for that is also given in the description box. So if you have any doubts, just go to the link and check it out, because it includes a lot of other heads. So it's not just salary, it's salary, capital gains, agricultural income, blah, blah, blah. So all those blahs are mentioned there. So now we move on to the 18th point. So in the 18th point, you have to mention if there are any other Form 15Gs that you have submitted in this current financial year. So whatever number of forms you have filed, you'd mention them here. And whatever was the aggregate amount of income for which those particular forms were filed, you mention it here. Now we go to the 19th point. And those are the details of income for which this declaration is being made. So serial number is going to be 1. This will be DPID client ID. So basically it's the identification. Nature of income is going to be dividend. Section under which tax is deductible. Don't worry, you don't have to understand anything in this. Just copy it down exactly as I'm writing it. You're going to mention whatever is mentioned in the column 16, the amount. You're going to put a signature, and we move on to the declaration and verification part. Now, cut out whatever is not important and not relevant actually. All right. So I am just doing it what I can see immediately, but please take your time and then cut the irrelevant ones. You're going to write your name, the previous year ending on. So this particular financial year is going to end next year. So you're going to write 25. Assessment year will be 25, 26. Why? Because assessment year comes after financial year. All right. Now again, this is going to be 25 and this is going to be 25, 26. You're going to mention the place at which you're located, the date on which you're filing this particular form. You're going to put one more signature and that's it, you're done. You do not need to fill up the part 2 of this particular form. So you can leave that blank because that is going to be used by the company officials. So that is all in terms of how do you fill and file Form 15G. Actually, if I was being more specific, this particular video is how to fill. Because if you want to learn how to file, you go to the video that is mentioned in the description box. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, confusion, questions, please feel free to leave a comment or your questions in the comment box. I do try to go through them all and I do try to reply to them all. I may miss a few here and there, but I usually get back to them nonetheless. So thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, have fun, and let's see who forms the government.